Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Staggy again, back with yet another Disney Lorcana card of the day. Now today's card of the day is going to be Mickey Mouse Detective. This Mickey Mouse is the Sapphire Mickey Mouse. He costs 3 resources, or 3 ink, I just like saying resources. But he is not inkable, which again means you cannot place him into your inkwell. He has 1 strength, 3 willpower, and he has 1 lore. He has 1 ability, but it's a very good ability. It's called Get a Clue, and it reads, when you play this character, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exerted. I also would like to point out that the card you see here on the screen in the video, this is the promo Mickey. That's what the symbol is at the very bottom in the black part of the card for his rarity. You can get this Mickey Mouse through your organized play events like your league. If you've ever played like a Pokemon League before and you go to like a game store and you play with other kids and you do, or other adults, or whoever, you play with other people and you earn points and whatnot. That's what this event is going to be for Lorcana. It's going to be the same thing. You can just go every week or so and you're able to earn cards, earn some points just by playing games. So it's going to be really, really fun. You just have to check with your local game store if they're doing that. But I just want to say that this Mickey Mouse can only be obtained in that regard. You have to go and get it through like organized play, but I'm sure you could probably find it on the internet later on. But what I mean by this Mickey Mouse is I mean by like this art or this specific card. I do believe we're going to see a Mickey Mouse Detective in the set as normal. It might not have the same art as this card, but we'll see a Mickey Mouse that is a bit more easier to obtain. It might be rare. This is a pretty solid ability, so I think it would probably be rare. 1 jump ahead is uncommon, but for an extra resource, you get to play a character, and there's stuff I'll talk about here in a second. So that's why I think this would be a rare card in the actual set. So I just wanted to say real quick that this is a promo Mickey that you have to get from organized play. But how do we feel about this card as a whole, rarity aside? Well, as I had briefly talked about, it's a very good card, and it's a better version of 1 jump ahead. I'm not saying 1 jump ahead is bad, because 1 jump ahead is good. But Mickey Mouse rewards you for just playing the game. 1 jump ahead is also a Sapphire card. It only costs 2 resources, but it has the same effect. When you play it, you take the top card of your deck and you put it into your inkwell exerted. But for 1 more resource, you could get a body or a character onto the field in addition to gaining the extra ink. Now, why is this more beneficial? Well, for one, having another character on the field is going to be very good for gaining some lore and for doing some challenges, and because of his cost, he's actually really good at singing songs. So for one, he might not look like much because of his stats, and he's not. He has the same stat line as, say, Olaf right now, and Olaf is a 1 cost. Yeah, Olaf doesn't get you a card from the top of your deck, but after that's done, he has the same stat line as Olaf. But I talked about Olaf and said how, early game, he can gain quite a bit of lore. No one wants to use resources on him because of his low stat line. He has low strength and he only quests for 1 lore. And other than that, he doesn't do anything. Mickey Mouse, after he comes into play, is going to have the same effect. I have played a few games, managed to, get some under my belt. And when you see your opponent play Mickey Mouse, you're like, okay, you can't stop them from playing it. And then once it's on the table, it is what it is. He's not remarkable, I suppose, in any way. It's when they start, questing that you can be like, okay, well, I guess I can challenge Mickey, but if you challenge Mickey, then you're not questing, and if you're challenging Mickey, you're not challenging other characters. You're wasting your resources and your precious challenges to take out Mickey. So just having him on the field can get you a little bit of lore, and he might even help you get a little bit of that chip damage in to maybe finish off a high willpower character. You could be playing something like Steel and Sapphire, and maybe your Captain Hook just attacked your opponent's wardrobe with its 4 willpower, and then you could use your Mickey Mouse to deal that one extra bit of damage with his strength to help finish off the wardrobe, because you'd be doing 3 damage from the Captain Hook with, say, Forceful Duelist, and then you do the extra 1 damage from this Mickey Mouse. And that's just one example. He could just help you get that little bit of damage in if you want, and it's not bad. I do think he's primarily going to be used for questing. You are able to quest with him, definitely more so than challenging. But I do want to point out, and I briefly talked about this, that he does cost 3 resources. There are some really good cards that can be sung, they're action cards, that are 3 resources or less. Now, One Jump Ahead is an example. You could play Mickey Mouse, and then on your next turn, sing with him with One Jump Ahead. You could essentially play One Jump Ahead for free, and you get an extra resource into your inkwell. And so Mickey basically got 2 of them for you just because. That's pretty good. I do like that. If you're playing a Sapphire deck with Amethyst, now Mickey Mouse can sing Friends from the Other Side, because Friends from the Other Side has a 3 or more cost to it. It requires a character of a cost of 3 or more to sing, and Mickey Mouse just so happens to cost 3. So he could sing it on his next turn. Definitely getting even more use from him. So he could just come down, get you that extra resource, and now you have a character on board who can freely sing Friends from the Other Side, and you don't have to worry about exerting your other characters who might be more important. Maybe you need them for challenging, maybe you need them for gaining some lore. Whatever the reason, Mickey Mouse has allowed you to free up those characters. And that's pretty solid. I do like that quite a bit. Now, I do want to mention the downside of this Mickey Mouse. I mean, one, yeah, he isn't inkable, but I do feel like at any stage of the game, putting a card into your inkwell isn't terrible. Having more resources isn't necessarily a bad thing. If you pair him in a deck with Amethyst, you could be running Magic Mirror. If you're able to get a Magic Mirror in play, having more resources is actually really good for you, because you can just use 4 of your resources. You might have like 8, 9, even 10 resources if the game goes on long enough. And just using 4 of those to draw an extra card every turn is really, really good. You would have plenty of resources left to play the cards that you end up drawing. And if they're not useful to you, you could always ink them, but I probably wouldn't do that. It just depends. At any stage of the game, playing him is fine. It does feel bad to kind of have no cards in your hand and end up drawing him, because he's not really helping you that much in that regard. Maybe you're looking for like Scar, the Sapphire Scar. You know, you could be playing Amethyst. Maybe you're looking for that draw card to help you get more resources. Whatever the reason, it would feel bad to draw this Mickey. I totally understand. He does have a use though. You can't always play him. Yeah, and you will get that extra resource, which is still good, you know, and you do have a body on the field. You do have a character that can quest for lore, that can, you know, maybe do a little bit of damage to your opponent's characters, but you gotta hope you have something in play like the Beast Mirror or Magic Mirror, something like that can help you draw extra cards, which in that case would be very good. I think he actually rises a bit, where if you do draw him and you have, say, Beast Mirror in play, not a big deal. You're just gaining more resources so you can draw more cards and have more resources open to play the cards you draw. And obviously early game, playing him is very, very good, especially on, say, your 3rd turn or your 4th turn very early on. You could get up to 5, 6 resources very, very quickly and be able to play higher costed characters faster than your opponent, which is very good. So overall, how do I feel about this Mickey? He's a very straightforward character. He comes into play, he does his effect, and then he's done. But there's a little bit more to him than that, because he is able to sing songs. He's kind of like a utility character. If you don't have any songs in your hand that can be sung, then just send him out to get some lore. Not a big deal. Like, your opponent's really probably not going to worry about him. Again, because he just has that 1 strength, 3 willpower. He quests for 1 and that's it. But if you have some songs, you know, in your hand, you got those friends from the other side. Maybe you're holding, you know, another 1 jump ahead or something. He can help you sing those songs, free up your characters to do other things, and just help you develop your board in that regard. Again, yeah, I know the downside of drawing him later is kind of right? You're like, I drew my Mickey Mouse again. If you have that magic mirror or that beast mirror or something else in play that can help you with those resources, I don't think that's too bad, and he's not a terrible draw in that regard. So how do I feel about this Mickey, right? Overall rating wise, I think he's absolutely fantastic. Just base value, the effect, what he can do, what he can sing, absolutely good card. At least an 8 out of 10, should be an auto include in all Sapphire decks, especially right now. Gaining extra resources, basically for free, you're not really doing anything extra, is very, very good. I would say he's probably 8 to 8.5 out of 10. If you're going to play some sort of ramp deck, if you're playing other cards in the deck that can really utilize this Mickey Mouse, you're playing you could say Ruby Sapphire that can help with the ramp. And you have the higher costed Ruby cards that can come down, Maleficent, the Dragon Form Maleficent, the Brave Little Tailor Mickey Mouse, even the Aladdin, the Heroic Outlaw Aladdin. Getting him out early would be very, very good. Mickey Mouse shines, able to get more resources into play faster, to play your bigger threats quickly. Absolutely very, very good. A Sapphire Amethyst deck, we're able to draw a lot of cards, and you're able to accelerate your Inkwell generation, and you're able to play cards like Friends from the Other Side, 1 Jump Ahead, using this Mickey Mouse to sing. Really good, absolutely great synergy. And then you can have a magic mirror in play to make use of those extra resources you're getting, draw those extra cards, and then play your bigger threats. It's pretty good. I've really liked that a lot. So I would say he's probably a 9 out of 10 card in a deck that can really utilize him once he's on the field, but maybe an 8 out of 10 just in any sort of other deck that you just kind of use him for the resource generation. Still absolutely really, really good, and you can still go on and get some lore with him, but in a deck that can make use of him when he's on the field through like song effects, really, really good card. All right, well, that's my review of this Mickey Mouse, just talking about him. He's actually a little better than you think. Everyone knows he's good, but he's got a little secret in there with his ability to sing songs once he's on the field. So, but hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. It means a lot. You stay safe out there, make good decisions, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.